Hey guys, James Elam here. Just finished up Lake Toho, the first stop on the Bass Pro Tour, Major League Fishing. We had 2 days to practice. I didn't get out, very in an early, manner the first day. Had some problems, and it was a nasty rainy day. Didn't have a lot of practice time that first day. So what I decided to do is pick an area in the lake where I could, focus a lot of, that last half of the day and do a lot of fishing and a lot of looking in one little area. So I picked a little, a lake within the lake. And, in Florida that time of the year, they spawn all winter long, but we were in January and they'd had a really cold, couple cold weeks before we'd got there. So I was pretty sure they weren't spawning yet, but I wanted to pick an area where it was maybe heating up and it was an early lumen spot. So that's what I did, and I'll walk you guys through my day here. Basically, I started off at the ramp, marked a ramp icon, and there's a big island here, which you can either go around it or you can go in between it and the bank. And I chose to go in between it and the bank, and I marked that so in the tournament I would know where that cut through was. And there's an entrance point there, and there's a little lane that goes through there, and it saves a little bit of time. So I cut through there, went all down around this island and into this area. And what this is it's kind of a small lake within a lake. There's a nice bunch of deep water in here for Florida, like 8 or 10 feet out in the middle. So that in itself is going to be a good wintering hole. They're going to be in there in the winter, and they're going to move up pretty fast in the spring. So I wanted to focus my time in this area. And there's a huge grass flat out here that kind of protects this whole area from the wind, which is a really critical deal in Florida. You got to look for clean water, and you got to look for protection from the wind, and places that warm up quick and have a little deep water close. This type of deal has all the ingredients for being a really good springtime place in Florida. Also, there's a nice little backwater grass deal here, with a bunch of lanes cut out. They've either scraped it or sprayed right here, so you can come back here and fish. And also, there's another lake connected by another canal here, and going into it that there's going to be a lot of current, a lot of flow coming through there. So there's a lot of good things this had going for it. So I chose to start my day right about here. I ran all the way to the back so I can kind of look at the whole thing, and I started right here, and I started fishing, and I fished and fished, and I got over here and I noticed there's a bunch of current stuff. Didn't really get any bites. I kept going, and I got on the side of this grass doe, which is usually a good little staging type of place, and I got 3 or 4 bites right here and found some fish. And I went ahead and just fished and fished and fished, and then I got over here and I saw another really likely area, and I marked it as a honey hole because I could come back there and practice maybe and throw at it, and it just had all the right looks to it. The grass looked good and everything, so I marked it, went on, fished through here and fished and fished and fished, and finally I stumbled on a group of fish, and I caught 4 or 5 fish right here in that little area. And it's like they backed off the bank and they were sitting in the middle of that deep grass, and I kept fishing through here. No bites, and finally I started fishing this little cut through the mouth of it, and got a few random bites through there. Nothing that told me that they were going to be definitely a group of fish there or anything. So I kind of went on, kept that in mind, marked that spot, and I ran over here, and that was I ran back through the cut through, and at this point I wanted to fish out around the mouth of this thing, so maybe there would be some fish leading into the area. So there was a really good stretch of deeper grass right here, and I marked it with a honey hole because I didn't catch any in practice, but I knew that I had all the right ingredients to be really good. And I fished around through here and ended my day right here catching a few, and then it was time to go back to the ramp. So that was my day one practice at Lake Toho. Check it out. This is a really good area, and I'll go over day 2 next. Thanks, guys.